Big trees, big rigs, and even bigger Saleyards. Today we walked the paths of Roma and found plenty to point the camera at. Let the adventure continue. Let's see what Roma has to offer, starting with this bottle tree. The largest bottle tree in Roma is this specimen, with a girth of 9.1 metres. That's almost 30 feet. The Queensland bottle tree is not a baobab, but a completely unrelated species, which are everywhere in Roma, including the 100 that line this main street. Right next to the bottle tree is the Adungadoo pathway, which starts at the lagoon and flows out as Bungill Creek. In Queensland, there are two seasons, the wet season and the current dry season. At this time of the year, the creek isn't even flowing, but in flood times, the water is up over the road here. Roma has suffered many serious floods, most recently in 2010. As we come to the end of the pathway, we discovered these tiny railway tracks, so we followed them to the Big Rig station. The train ride is 18 minutes long, and they ride on Sundays. To be honest, we were expecting a big truck at the Big Rig, but instead, it celebrates the accidental discovery of natural gas while drilling for water. As well as the self-guided tour, there is a night show that looked promising, but didn't fit with our schedule. The path takes you into the History Pavilion.
The Roma region to sink and flood with seawater. The subsurface heat and pressure together create a unique environment in which hydrogen-rich plant material turns into oil, gas, or coal.
Before coming out to see some of the rigs that have been used to drill for gas and oil around Roma. But the tower is the highlight. From the 13th floor level, we caught a flock of corella birds swarming between roosts. They are mesmerizing and incredibly noisy. The views out to the horizon are incredible. Finally, the corellas settle down. And ironically, they are least visible from the treetop walk. Until something sets them off again. On the way down, we got a good view of the Schlumberger seismic listening post. And another drilling rig, used until quite recently. The adjacent Peter Keegan Museum covers the science of oil and gas exploration. The Big Rig self-guided tour is definitely worth the time and $20.
This clay mural was constructed as a bicentennial project by local artists Maureen and John Morrison. Some 350 man-hours were involved in this artwork and sculpture, including building. The mural includes 15 themes which together relate to the history and industry of the Maranoa region.
Roma bush gardens surround this delightful lake near the city centre. As the path winds around the lake, it showcases different types of Australian landscape, as well as providing a peaceful walk through native flora. Wait, what do we have here? Another lake, just sitting there. The Roma Saleyards weren't active today. If they were, it would be way more crowded. The exploration starts with Val Holmes Interactive Centre, offering educational exhibits about the cattle trade. Cattle road trains grow a lot bigger than the ones we've encountered so far. But it's the size of Australia's largest cattle sale yards that's impressive. Imagine all these stalls filled with cattle, as they were yesterday. I expect that they would be very loud and it would smell really bad. The sculpture represents 3 generations of cattlemen and 2 of cows.